Welcome to my first attempt at making a video for our UTV ride. This past weekend we attended the 2025 Turkey Trot Trail Ride over by Prophetstown, and this is my first attempt at making a video and adding audio and all that stuff to it. So here we go. In this first clip, you can see we had just left. I didn't get a good clip of us taking off, but here we're in the first part. This trail ride was mostly cornfield, bean field, and a little bit of road riding in the second part of it. Here you can see my ugly mug. My wife was running the camera. There's a little water canal here on the right-hand side, and here you're seeing a little pond. But this ride was actually pretty fun. Here we're coming in to run along these trees. There's going to be a pond coming up here on the left that the video doesn't really show much. Neither one of us did a very good job of videoing, to be honest with you. But this ride benefits, I believe it was the Erie Prophetstown School, and I think there was also an ambulance service, and there was another entity that some of the proceeds were going to, and I need to do a better job of taking note of those things and paying a little bit more of attention. Like I said, this is basically our first try at doing this, and we're kind of learning, and I'll admit this is kind of a rough video, but it is what it is. This was filmed on the Insta360 X3. That's the only kind of action camera that I own. It's the only camera that I own besides my Nikon Z9 and my Nikon Z8, which I could use, but they're pretty heavy to hold for any long periods of time, and I don't have a gimbal or anything for them. So here we are, just running through a cornfield. We're headed back to one of the main roads. I believe we're headed back to, it's called Black Road. It's the road that where we started from. The farm is on that road. You can see some UTVs off there in the distance, going obviously where we just came from. Here's one of our first road crossings. It was nice that they had some people there kind of helping with traffic. This gentleman also happened to be taking some video and audio. Here we drop into a bean field, and we pick up speed a little bit, just trying to keep the group tied together. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to get the Insta360 down low to give you that super speed look shot. And there we go up high and just kind of give you a little bit of a different angle. I'm not sure of the organization or I know the gentleman that organizes this, his name is Rusty. That's all I know. Again, I didn't do a very good job of keeping track of or making it a point to get the information that I needed to get. But he, in a little driver's meeting before, he said there was like 30 or 40 volunteers that he has that helps him organize this and lay it out, lay out the trail and stuff. When you signed up for this and paid your entry fee, you got lunch. They had the Land of Lincoln UTV organization there, soliciting memberships. My wife and I did sign up for it. It was like $25 for a year. They're fighting for our rights to get side-by-sides, UTVs legalized to be on the roads and stuff like that, which I'm not sure how all that works. I do want to check out that a little bit more and stuff like that. So I don't know, if they're just if their organization is, trying to get us to where we can ride on secondary roads without getting in trouble. I kind of think that's where it's leaning, but I'm not real sure. I got to find out more about that. Here we go into our first tight section. We had one, I don't know what the distance was, but in this particular area, there were several tight little sections. We come out by a creek, literally right at the edge of a creek. But it was fun. This was by far the tightest and most wooded area that we went through in the day. It was beautiful. This was filmed November 2nd, 2025. And it was just beautiful out. We've had with the weather we've had this year being really warm and in this area not a lot of rain. The fall color change has really been kind of screwed up. Some places it's kind of already passed. Some places at the timing of this, we were kind of in the full swing of it. And then as you can see, even in this clip, some of it it's barely starting to change. Some hasn't changed. But here we get slowed down a little bit. One, because like I said, it's tight. And two, we had one of the participants had broken down, on the other side of this little, ravine area. I'd heard that maybe he blew a belt or something. I'm not positive of what happened. Here you can see him up on the left-hand side as we're going by. And luckily he was able to get off the trail a little bit. I think maybe he had some help getting it pushed off because we were backed up. We were actually stopped for just a couple of minutes. It was no big deal. But here we're going through some more of the tight stuff, and this was a really good trail. I think they did an outstanding job of laying it out. In some of the corners you had to watch. There was some 6 to 8 inch tree trunks that they tried to cut off as low as they could. But when you get this many machines going over it and stuff, they start to kind of dig down and expose some of those things. Here we're almost kind of doubling back. You could see the gentleman that was broke down there on the left-hand side back there a little bit. In our group, we had 6 machines. We had 3 4-wheelers. We had a CF Moto 950, and we had a CF Moto U10 Pro, and then we're in a CF Moto U10 Pro Highland. And we had some other friends that was with us that just the mass amount of people at the beginning, when you kind of got lined up, you were locked in where you were. And they weren't real close to us, but they were in a Polaris. I'm not sure what they have. It's an enclosed cab 1000. Here I was trying to get a little video of the people behind us, and coming up here you're going to see a side-by-side kind of cut through the middle of the thing. I think he was maybe going back to help the guy that was having a little bit of a problem. But nonetheless, for some reason, we all got kind of tied up right there. So I stopped the video, and when we got moving again, I started it up. Here's a couple of the 4-wheelers that were in our group. We kind of jostled around a little bit after that little stop, kind of moving around in the lineup. But here we're moving, obviously, through a cornfield. You can see this line stretched way further than you can even see up in front of us, and 3 times as long behind us. Here's a little side view of us jotting down, just trying to get some different angles. Like I said, it was a good time all in all. I would definitely do it again next year. It's nice to in Illinois we don't have a lot of trail. We don't have basically any trail system to speak of. unlike Wisconsin or whatever. So if we want to ride any trails, we've got to go up north, and it's almost 2 hours for us where we're at to get up to the southern part of Wisconsin up to ride the Cheese Trail. And then obviously the Cheese Trail is nice, but the further north you go, the nicer the trails are and stuff like that. So it just depends on how far you want to go. So around where we are, this is kind of what we got, either road riding or stuff like this. But, it's fun to kind of break it up and enjoy the day. Here we are. I believe this clip was one of the first clips after we had done lunch. I was kind of playing around with some different edits here. Like I said, I'm new to this. I've seen things that I probably shouldn't do again. I've seen things that I obviously need to do better. Maybe even a better camera, like a GoPro or something. I don't know. But anyway, I apologize. Again, it's my first attempt. Here I kind of added a little around the world, and I'll just forewarn you, there's a section coming up here in just a little bit that if you get motion sickness, you may want to turn away. I think it's coming up here in a couple minutes. But anyway, this was the first big chunk of road. We've got a railroad crossing coming up, and on the right-hand side, you're going to see a gentleman directing traffic. That's Rusty. That's the organizer of this. I deleted the audio because there really wasn't much to hear. And I blew the horn, and he kind of gave us a wave and kept us going on and smooth. Up here on the right-hand side, you're going to see a Polaris. I believe it's an Expedition parked alongside. I don't think the guy was having problems. I'm not sure. Here I do another little whoop-de-doo, and coming up here pretty quick is where if you got motion sickness, you may want to turn away. We're getting into a little tiny planet here. I just thought it was kind of cool to add a little bit of variety. Might be a little cheesy. There you go. Hold on. Almost kind of reminds you like the old Batman, watching Batman after school or whatever, how they would do those little changes between scenes. Like I said, this is the second half of the ride, and there was a lot of road riding. I think, again, I don't know this, I'm assuming, and we all know what that means, but there was a lot of fields that we came across after lunch that weren't picked, and I don't know if that was the reason why there was so much road riding, because maybe the farmers weren't able to get the crops out totally on some of the fields we were going to ride in or not. I don't know. I didn't ask. Again, I'm just assuming. But even on these roads, you can see the fall color, nice back roads. And here I kind of zoomed in on a patch up there. And coming up, there was going to be a tree that had gone down, some time ago. And someone carved a really nice little eagle into it. I didn't get a big clip of it. Again, my wife was running the camera. I'm driving. And neither one of us saw it until we were kind of almost right up on top of it. So I tried to focus on it the best I could in the video, with what little bit of writing or a little bit of time that we had leading up to it. You can if you start to look here on your right-hand side, you see that pole, and between the pole and the road, you can see there's something sticking up there. That is this eagle that someone had carved into an old stump. And then after that, right in here, right after we go past this eagle, for some reason I lost some of the footage. There was a pretty good chunk between that last little bit and this. That was actually kind of some pretty writing on the headlands of this field, and I'm kind of upset that it's gone. I don't know what happened to it. It was when I edited the video in the 360 app, everything was there when I exported it. And when I went to drop it into here, which I'm using DaVinci Resolve 20, it was gone. So, which, I mean, it is what it is. Kind of sucks. But here we're just kind of following a waterway up a little bit of a hill. We went over this hill and down around and just kind of doubled back. Wasn't really, anything to write home about. Again, it was a fun ride, but I mean, we didn't see much. Here's our stop that we made, like our after lunch break. And this, I believe, is actually the last clip of the video. So, but as you can kind of look around as I'm talking, the machines they're piling in. And I posted a video on Facebook, I believe it was Sunday night or Monday morning, that my wife took with her phone that kind of shows a little bit better. But anyway, like I said, we're coming up on the end of the video. I didn't film an intro. I didn't film an outro. Again, I apologize. This is my first attempt, but we tried to do the best we could to show just how grand this is as far as the number of machines. It was 340 machines and over 800 people. They fed us lunch and soda, and they had porta-johns along the way and at the beginning. And we're already kind of looking forward to the Turkey Trot 2026. These guys did an outstanding job getting us in, getting us parked, and even getting us fed. That many people. It was a big line, but the line moved through pretty rapidly for that amount of people. They had a 50-50. They had a drawing for some prizes. That was kind of cool. There wasn't a whole lot of prizes. Again, it's not necessarily about the prizes, but that would be one thing maybe that I would suggest is try to get a few more prizes. But again, here you see the various machines coming in, and there was all kinds. There was your typical Polarises, CF Motos, Yamahas, some Hondas, some that I had never seen before, some four-wheelers. We met a lot of great people. Everybody that we encountered was super, super nice. And we just had a really good time. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, I apologize. This literally is my first attempt at making a video. I haven't had the Insta360 X3 for very long. Everything's a new learning experience. I'm a photographer. I'm not a videographer. But again, like I said, hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching. And hopefully we can make some more videos here in the near future. We've got a few rides coming up. So thanks for watching. Enjoy.